Yeah, I'm just...
Hello, welcome to the workshop. My name is Amy. I'm sorry I'm not there in person meeting you properly, but hopefully we can meet at the Zoom session and you will enjoy making a small book. So what the plan is today is that you're going to make a small book in which you can record a day. I have an example here of one that I've done before. So I don't know to what extent you can see that. And there are pictures sort of going through the day of just odd things that happen. This particular book was done for a Christmas day. I'm going to show you how to make two simple books. You could, of course, if you've got a book that you'd like to use, you could use that. You might have made books before, you might want to make one in a different way. I recommend that you don't do anything too big, otherwise you're just going to be doing an awful lot of drawing to fill the space. So we're aiming for something fairly small. So the first method I'm going to show you and there's a worksheet that I think Janine will be sending you, and this is method 1. So first of all, you're going to take an A4 sheet of paper and fold it lengthwise. I am using printer paper, but you could use cartridge paper, you could use something else. If you use a thicker paper, you might want to, every now and again, press the fold in with the handle of some scissors or use a back of a spoon. After you've folded it in lengthways, you're going to open it out, and I'm now going to fold it in the other direction. Now I'm going to fold the edge to the centre, turn it over, the other edge to the centre, try and keep it all square as you're doing so. Now I'm going to open it like that, and I'm going to cut down where I did my very first fold, so you can use that as a guideline. So I'm going through 2 layers and I'm just stopping there. So I've got this sort of flappy bit, so if I open it out, it now looks like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it slightly so that happens. So I'm going to hold it like that and push it in so you almost get pages, and I can fold, so let me do that again, push it in like that, fold it like that. So now I am going to press in my folds with the scissor handle. So this gives me 4 pages or 8 pages if I don't go on both sides. Okay, so if you're going to illustrate your whole day, you're probably going to want to make a few of these. If you make it on thicker paper, it won't sit so flat, but it will still work. So what you could even consider doing is painting your paper first, or you might have old pictures that you want to cut up. So this is a bigger one, but it's using various old paintings that I'd made that I no longer wanted. So when that forms a book, I've actually got something quite nice to draw on. So that is something that you can consider. To hold these together, if you want to hold a number of these together, what you need to do is open them up and put a rubber band round. Actually, that one's not tight enough. Smaller rubber band than this. And that will hold two together, or add more rubber bands and you can hold a whole load of them together. It could be that you want to put a cover on. If you want to do that, you just need a thicker piece of slightly thicker piece of paper, wrap it round, and your rubber band is going to go around that as well. So if you've got a number of booklets that you're holding together, you might have a number of rubber bands. Okay, so that is method 1. I'm now going to talk you through method 2. So again, you can start off with an A4 piece of paper. And this time you're going to fold it into 3 sections longwise. Now, when I make this sort of book for myself, I often use offcuts. I might have trimmed paper that I've put prints on, and so I end up with long strips that I'm not really sure what to do with. But if you haven't got long strips like this, you can make them. So I'm just cutting my A4 piece of paper now into 3 long strips. And now I'm going to glue them together. So on 2 of the pieces, I'm just going to fold a small amount over at the edge, like that. And again, like that. And I'm now going to glue these. If you haven't got glue, you could use double-sided sticky tape, or you could use just another piece of tape. But I'm just using some Pritt stick. So I'm going to glue that one there, press it down, and I'm going to glue that one there, and press it down. Try and keep it square. So I've now got a nice long strip like that. And at this point, what I'm going to do is fold it into a concertina. So where I glued a strip before, I'm going to use that as my first fold. So try and keep, as you do this, try and line everything up. Try and keep it square as you can. It's up to you, obviously, how wide your pages are. It's what you find aesthetically good. So you can see that I've done those. I've ended up that little bit left, but I can trim that later. So I'm just going to do the rest. So again, you can use any sort of paper for this. Using the printer paper actually makes it very easy to fold. If you end up using cartridge paper or something thicker, your book is going to be more bulky, but that can have quite a nice quality to it. So when I get to there, I'm going to leave, obviously I haven't folded that very squarely. I could trim this with a scalpel if I wanted to, but when you do it you can take more time. So I've got this longer piece here. What I'm going to do now, if you use thicker paper at this point, you need to go through and just squash down each fold again with your scissors. Because I've got printer paper, I don't need to do that. But I do need to trim this odd one, so it's the same length. And then I'm going to fold this piece round, and I'm going to crease it as I go. I'm going to crease it again there. so that I almost make, I don't know if you can see that, but I'll take it off, crease it again. So I'm almost making a little spine for the book. Now I can trim that piece off. And I have a book. So this one, because I did it so quickly, is a bit muddly, but I have one here that I made earlier. So this has been done with thicker paper and it took longer to make it, but you can see that you can actually get them quite neat. So I can pour this out and it's a concertina. Okay, so it's up to you what sort of book you make, or you might even want to use a ready-made one, or you could even decide that you just like to work on lots of small individual sheets. Now what I want to talk to you about is what we put inside the book, and what I'd like you to have a go at is illustrating your day. So it could start off with, if I go back to this little book here, it starts off with my beautiful son bringing me a cup of tea in bed. It was Christmas Day. It has us having showers. Lots of having showers. They spent a long time in the shower, getting ready. So it's the sort of the minutiae of daily life. Trying to find something in my father's kitchen. So it's not big things. So if you're at home for lockdown and actually your daily routine is get up, have a cup of tea, have some breakfast, read a book, play a computer game, all that can go in your book. And when you draw it, it looks fun. It's almost a way of observing your daily life. You can do it in a cartoon form, you can do it however you like. Don't worry too much about the accuracy of your drawings. What you're trying to do is present a narrative. So even if you do the simplest stick man, you will be able to look and see that it is a person. It might be that you think, oh, I really don't want to draw my day as it is at the moment, in which case you could imagine a different sort of day. You could imagine a day when you do anything you want to, a day when maybe you go and perform on stage at the Wolseley Theatre, a day when you travel to see some long lost friend. It doesn't matter. Or you could think about the life of a pet and you could draw your gerbil's day. You know, endless pictures of it running round on a wheel. I don't know if gerbils do that. Hamsters do. Imagine your hamster's day. The point is to notice those little moments and put them down, and you can keep coming back to your book throughout the day and add a little bit. So that's what I tend to do is, particularly if I'm waiting for other things to happen, I might just think, oh yes, I'll draw myself having breakfast now while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, or whatever is happening. When you're drawing, I suggest you draw lightly in pencil first and then maybe go over more heavily with a fine line pen or biro or an ink pen, but you could just keep it as a pencil drawing if you want to. If you want to add colour, go for it, but you don't have to. It has occurred to me that some of you might not enjoy drawing so much, in which case you could even think about doing the same sort of project but taking photographs throughout the day of what you see. Or it could be that you just put words down that you think of as you're going through the day. You might even want to go into poetry. Do something that resonates for you. It could be a list of music you're listening to, or it could be, if you're playing a computer game, it could be a list of, if it's a role-playing type game, a list of the places you visit within that computer game. It could be people that walk past your house. It really doesn't matter. So if you enjoy doing this, you could have another go on other days. And one of the things I do this for is for ideas for paintings. So I can show you some of the work that I did from this particular book. So on this page, you can see my children and myself all asleep. So I'm imagining we're all in the same room, and this will be the painting that I did from that. Then we have another one of, I think it was having dinner. I think I changed, oh there we are, no, it's pretty similar. Okay, we have a picture of us having dinner. So you might do all sorts of creative things, but you could use this as an idea to inspire you for songwriting, poetry, short plays, whatever floats your boat. It's just a good way of generating ideas. So that's it. I look forward to meeting you on Zoom. I hope you enjoy having a go. I'll see you in a few days. Bye.